Hello and welcome to this channel. I am Dr. Anshu coming back with the today's Hindu editorial analysis. So welcome again to the 11th April Hindu editorial analysis. Here we will discuss about the front page, about the thought of the day, today's day, the Hindu frontline covering about the Rana extradited Inaya arrest him and Beijing bite backs with the US tariffs by curbing of Hollywood imports. Same related to it with the front page article. Next is about the RTI amendment won't cut the transparency minister. HC grant the bill to rape accused as a victim herself invited at trouble. PMJ scheme rollout begin in Delhi with the beneficiaries getting Ayushman card. Fifth editorial covering about the issue with the delimitations, population based process and now justice. Sixth editorial is related to the drop the piecemeal ways to social security of the workers. Seventh is about the Supreme Court judgment of Tamil Nadu government address a constitutional silence and Maharashtra approved 256 acre of salt pan land for developing Dharavi. Eighth is the global order declining out the trade vipajation Rajnath and center to pay more PM Poshan scheme in school. So let's start the editorial without wasting the time with the thought of the day. Is there some days when you are messed up inside and outside? I only think that you is take breath. So it's okay. Some days are so worse that it is only the survival is enough for. And it doesn't mean that you are defective. Like if you don't feel worth it, it doesn't mean that it's a human nature to be filled with that emotions. So it's okay to be not okay sometime. So today's day is 11th April. It's a National Safe Motherhood Day. So how after the mother taking care of their child after pregnancy and what are the things that she have to face. So it's a day to reminding for the Safe Motherhood Day. So starting with the front page about the Rana extradited Nia arrest him. The 26/11 attack where the Taharwaru Hussain Rana, the Pakistani origin Canadian American, wanted for his role in 26/11. Now he is under the NIA, is National Investigation Agency. So cases will be extradition linked to 2008 terror case and fugitive sent to US after long legal battle and diplomatic talks, and Congress BJP exchange barbs over the steps taken to bring home. So it's a very long terror trail and finally he is under the Indian rules. So how this incident started and how the after the years this legal hurdles, the terror case trials after years. Like first the November 11, 2009, Nia registered a case against David Headley and Rana and others. These are the main heads who are involved in this incident. And December 24, 2011, charge sheet filed against them and 7 others. December 4, 2019, India requests Rana extradition from US, and May 16, 2023, US court approve extradition. August 15, 2024, appeals the uphold extradition, and Feb 11, 2025, US approves the extradition a day before Narendra Modi Donald Trump meet. So in Feb 13, 2005, Rana seeks a relief again and Modi and Trump issue joint extradition statement. And Feb 7, Chief Justice rejects the final appeal. He also has appeal to the US court. And after that, Nia bring Rana to New Delhi for prosecutions. So the terrorism is both the countries understand that terrorism should not be tolerated. So US government also finally brings back to the New Delhi to Indian government after a long terror trial. So the Rana extradition triggered a heated exchange between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress, with the ruling asserting with the reflected in New India's zero tolerance resolve under terrorism, and Congress however they slammed the government, rushing to take credit and claiming the extradition result of year of diplomatic grounds started in a UPA era. So ties to Delhi, like what are the ties to Delhi? Like he's born in Pakistan, and Rana studied at a Pakistani military academy in Hassan Abdul, Pakistan, Punjab province, where he became friend with David Coleman, Headley Aka Dawood Gilani, the Lashkar-e-Taiba led operative who conducted the reconnaissance for Mumbai terror between November 26 and 29, 2008. This attack left the 166 people in dead and 238 injured. It's a very massive numbers. And Pakistani army for several years, and he Rana has served as a doctor in a Pakistani army for several years, and before he moved to Canada and then United States, procuring citizenship in both countries. So it is alleged that Headley have made 8 visits to India, recognizance of a potential targets, and during these visits he contacted Rana 231 times and kept him on loop at the attack plans. So these are the, so he already visited India 8 times, and during this, though he has contracted Rana 231 times. So Pakistani claims here that there is a Rana is Canadian and denies any link that he is not a Pakistani. And second is same related to that. It's about the Pakistani tries to distance itself from Rana and says he is Canadian. So there is the further investigation will be held. He is born in Pakistan, studied how he can't be a Pakistani. So he is denying they don't want any involvement in it. So the Pakistan citizen, as a far a record, he did not even apply for renewal of his origin documents. In last 2 decades, the Islamabad stressing the Rana was Canadian citizen. So next is about Beijing bites back at a US tariff by curbing Hollywood imports. So China said on Thursday that it would be immediately restrict the import of Hollywood films in retaliation for US President Donald Trump, and Washington imported Chinese goods through. The analyst says the impact is likely to minimum. So after the 3 decades, which China annually imported 10 Hollywood movies, it's a national film, and Mr. Trump increases the tariff on Chinese import. So if he follow the rules and respecting the audience and choices and moderate, so appear, and you also put the proposed counter tariffs on and hold for 90 days. So he has also put the restrictions on imports of Hollywood films and retaliation for and this is the respect and audience of so many films many films Hollywood films were released there in China, so they were restricting there. Next is about the cases that again Allahabad High Court is in the limelight, like how the statement made by judge is that victim herself invited the trouble. So the Allahabad High Court last month granted a bail to rape accused, noting that the survivor herself invited the trouble. So in her complaint, the survivor is a postgraduate student, and she had went to bar with friends. She has went to bar with friends and drank alcohol, due to which she became intoxicated and needed support. So in the police statement, woman said she agreed to go house and accused to take rest. So she alleged that accused touched her inappropriately the way, and instead of this house, he took her to relative homes in Gurugam and raped her twice. And the accused's bail application argued that considering disclosed facts survivor, it is not a rape, but it may be case of a conscious. So he's saying that if everything is in the consent way, like going drinking and going to the agreed for going to his house and claiming that he has done wrong, he has raped her. So it might be the case of just have it not be a rape case, it is a consensual relationship, and maybe that she's giving a false claims on that boy, so that his life can be spoiled regarding these cases. So he granted a bail to that boy, and so after that, and also the client said that the accused counsel said that client has been languishing the jail since December 24 and has no criminal history, hence he is released on bail and will not misuse the liberty. And maybe his opinion is right that it can be a case of claim, it is a false claiming, but the statement that is made by judge on that this level is not it's not giving a direction in a good directed way. So it is a observed that woman is competent enough to understand the morality and significance of her act, and a victim is accepted as a true that it can be concluded herself invited trouble and was responsible. The same court noted. So these are the words not should be used at this position also. In her medical examination, her victim in her medical examination, her hymen was found torn, but the doctor did not give any opinion about the sexual assault, the order stated. Next scheme is about the PMJ scheme rolled out begins in Delhi with the 30 beneficiaries getting their Ayushman cards. So the center has a first batch of 13 Ayushman Bharat Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Beneficiaries received their Ayushman card at a event in Vigyan Bhavan on Thursday. So registration of scheme is now open, and the Delhi government also signed a MU on a center during the same event. Another components of scheme like Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat, Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure PM Abhim focuses on developing the capacities, terms, institutions, primary, secondary, tertiary levels, preparing the health systems, and under PMJ it's a 6.5 lakh, and family will receive 5 lakh health cover for family for a secondary and tertiary hospitalizations, and announcing that it would add another 5 lakh cover from its own fund. So it's a resident about Nana Begum is like 30s and be beneficiary, so that her family of 8 would visit local clinics and go any illness. So the Asha Anganwadi and Anganwadi helpers have also included in the scheme in Delhi, and we have always been at the forefront of helping the people battling illness. I'm glad to say that benefit scheme. And also the health department official said it's a 46 private hospital are being impaired in Delhi, and training programs have been taking place to health workers to identify this. So it's a Ayushman Arogya Mandirs, PM Abhim, 1139 Ayushman Arogya Mandirs, 11 integrated public health labs were set up for 1749 crore allocated in this budget. So this one is the highlighting the Delhi scissors, how Delhi is facing the heat waves on summer on Thursday, and mildly eased by the rain later in Delhi, and Delhi has been reeling under a heat wave condition this week, so temperature shooting the past 40 degrees Celsius and parts in many days. Next is about, so the RTI Act amendment won't cut the transparency, so there need be transparency in the public life and will not receive disclosure of personal information. So Ashwini Vaishnav said in letter to Congress leader, and Digital Personal Protection Acts, the RTI Act would allow the government to information on subsidies, allocations and scheme if personal information of citizens are allowed. And also there is a DPD rules notified in coming week that will sign in significant RTI according to the group spans, right advocate, transparency, outfits. So moving to the next is the editorial covering about the issue with the delimitation population based process. So it's about a delimitation, that is Article 82 and 170 of India has distributed the unprecedented passions and have taken a step in both serious and lucid. So writer is talking about how the serious one steps here has been implicated if implementations are provided. So the passion runs high and they need to look issues dispassionality, and allegedly those who had a hitherto accused of the principle of constitutional and not accordance. So are the protectors of a constitution chasing their tail in asking, freezing and postponing it, or sound reasons? So it's upon completion that each census and allocation of seats in each houses to the states, and 42nd Amendment Act subsequent amendments, and the census after that basis of any future apprehension of the southern states. So the data from past trends highlighted that the first general elections in 1951-2 there were 489 seats. Okay, 489 Lok Sabha seats, 494 in 1957, 520 in 1967 as per 2196 based on 1961 census. So 31 seats were added and 5 reduced from previous election. Andhra Pradesh went down from 43 to 41, Madras from 41 to 39, Uttar Pradesh 86 to 85, Rajasthan, Assam, Gujarat, Himachal made gains. And besides this, there were new states such as Haryana, Jammu Kashmir, Andaman, Dadra, Nagar Haveli, Goa, Lakshadweep, all Union territories are also added as a states And in 1971 Lok Sabha elections, 2 seats were reduced in Himachal Pradesh, bringing the total 580. So 1997 24 seats were added and 502. So taking the number to 542. So Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Rajasthan made a new state such as Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, um, Mizoram got additional seats. So in 2004, Daman and Diu allotted a separate seats to take total to 543. So it is current strength of a based on 1971 census. So what is need to be considered here? Like analysis of this trend also said that there is a three issues of basically the principle of population as a basis of allocation seat, the impact of public policy, and the pollution criteria and representative hue of those who are elected. So the increase in the number of seats in the between 1951 and 2004 how it is determined by Delimitation Commission contains no formula for ideal population. Like at Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha, the member should represent. So if a population divided by the number of Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha and seats, an average goes up to 7.32 lakh. It's and per in 1951 it is about 1951 it is about to it's 8.70. Okay, and in 1967 2024 it is the data is already shown here. We just clearing the all. So here the data is already shows here that, and tripling the averages population with answer. So this was while population was chosen not as a primary principle but representation, it will be followed without accommodating other concerns, geographical continuity, political boundaries. So the political boundaries here, and this shows while population was chosen as a primary representation, value of criteria to be scared and circumstances to avoid a feature in polity. So the question also needed to be debated here, like what does it represent a constituency? The Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha are essentially equally making a bodies in representative weight, social weight not change because of the number of people's constituency. Also the constituency size not influence the other friction as elected. Like there are no surveys to show a smaller constituency for evaluate how to be larger one. Let us how to be the people of 10th Parliament constituency in Haryana in 1977. And primary criteria is here need to be moderation because pollution control policy was prompted by central government, and this will another determinant a performer perhaps and unintended, and we need to think a divisor of that will. For example, we if we calculate the number of seats in Lok Sabha at a basis of 10.10 lakh average for average 1977 election as a for 543 seats might be get about 1440 seats, and PR should be TFR a single significant factor at proportional to population growth for 224. So parliament can be debate a constitution amendments merely to achieve a marginal debate win which structural political imbalance should be narrated in population based Delimitation Commission can be managed. Sixth is about drop the piecemeal way to the social security for. So writer is talking about the social security for the workers as a lawyer and researcher of gender analysis and just job network. So India's efforts to establish a social security for online app based gig workers are gaining momentum from the central scheme. And Benefit announced that the health coverage under Ayushman Bharat, the registration of eSham portal to access the social security schemes and the transaction of pension policy were assigned to each gig worker would help in tracking the earning cross. So this pension scheme is particularly notable because in a way it is acknowledges the gig worker operating outside like limited capacity toward the worker welfare in a country where social employment was informal and excluded if otherwise disadvantages. There is a clearly a step forwards. However, the progress highlights the reactive nature of the current social protection system, and this all undergoes need for a India to proactively reimagine its social security. So the flaws in the existing system is like founding a member of International Labour Organization, yet to be ratified the social security, minimum standard conventions and ILO at establishing a basic social security. India's Code on Social Security, one of the 4 new labor codes, also nearly about the 102 convention intended to provide a comprehensive framework social protection, but it faced a significant criticism for its ambiguous definitions. One of the code is the most prominent feature is insistence of relying welfare boards distribution of social welfare a process that has been long been found falling short for intended goals. And also the construction worker failures is 70,744 crore words. Also, the Central Controller and Auditor General CAG report found that 99 local bodies in 10 districts has delayed a remittance also. It's amounting to 221.8 crore also. The problem incremental approaches here that fragmented welfare board run social welfare and segment, for example, BD and cigarette workers of Karnataka have sought the revival defunct welfare fund to deal with welfare woes. So it is a today it is a gig worker, but new worker categories are bound to emerge with advancement of technology in the forces of distribution. So relying on the it's a piecemeal approaches and combination of universal social can fail to account for precarious nature to informal. So it is also risky to assume that focusing on just one worker segment will automatically can solve the right now. So understandably, it will employ more people in the future and toward the universal protection system. As India strives here, it is make a work future ready, and it is crucial to create robust social protections. Like protection should be given here. The code also, despite its implementation and log jam of central allowed state to flexibility to enact a social security measures and sensible starting points to treat the code mandates a bare minimum and use the foundation to build a stronger and more exclusive, accessible, ultimately, and social protection system that leave the no worker behind. So moving to the next is about SC judgment on Tamil Nadu government address. So there is a constitutional silence already, and our Supreme Court has like deadlines for governors to pass the bill, and also the situation had already despite in November for 2023 Supreme Court and state of Punjab. So the government of West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, and have behaving to be accused their governors for behaving political rivals. So there's be specific time period for it. Maharashtra approved 256 crore for salt pan land for developing Dharavi. The Maharashtra government had declared the allocation of 256 salt pan land in Mulavan, Burdu and Dharavi development projects. It's to be rebelliate the sum to Dharavi. Already you know about Dharavi is the smallest like Mumbai that consisted of the largest number of the slum populations there in such a narrow space. I've already seen the videos of Dharavi as such a space slum areas that have a lot of people just living in a, I think more than 100 and 200 people living in a per square kilometer. So it's like, and that area was like, it's very eye opening of the people that living in the slum areas, how they are living, that conditions there, what are the conditions situations of. So the land was safe for development, and environmental concerns have been raised, so that there is no longer flood buffers in CRJ, and environmental clearances should be obtained for construction. The land lies in the expressway and sensitive frequent by the move along the Mumbai development 2034 salt pan land for affordable housing. So it is allocated for 2000 Mumbai Development Plan 2034 to earmark the salt pan land for affordable housing projects. Next is about 1 minute. I'm just. Next piece is about this, the democracies, how the democracy is declining in other parts of the country. So what is democracy basically? Simple definition by democracy is for the people, by the people, of the people. It's given by Abraham Lincoln, and it's how the democracies has turned different meanings and changing and declining in other countries. Here they across the world, the liberal democracies are in decline, while the closed autocracies are on rise. So this trend, which began in 2010, has worsened in 2020. So these are trends, how it is going like. The number of closed autocracy have increased in 2020, reversing the steady like according to the steady decline in state 1980. So VDM Institute, according to the VDM Institute, the most significant rise in closed autocracy has occurred in West Asia. It's West Asia and North Africa, and also as well as South Asia. In Europe and South and Central Asia, liberal democracy are rapidly shrinking, while electoral democracy are gaining ground. Written here, maybe not able. It is cleared, but I am writing here. So in sub-Saharan Africa, both the trends, democratic erosion and the democratic consolidation, are evident. So Latin American, Caribbean, East Asia, and Pacific region reflected. So what is the close autocracy defined here? Like it is the absence. It is the absence. Don't worry if it is not cleared. I'm detecting it. What is written there? So it is the absence of multi-party elections. It is the absence of multi-party elections and lack of fundamental democratic principles such as freedom of speech, expressions. Electoral autocracy also allow a multi-party elections fall in short of holding of this core freedom, and like electoral democracies offer both election and some civil liberties. So like there's a graph also mentioned here but by VDM Institute Democracy. It is given by, this report is given by VDM Institute 2025 report. So it shows here that public opinion survey also indicate the growing preferences of strong leader, and the support for representative is Sweden, it is 54 to 41. Canada is 42 to 21 from 27 to 23. Nigeria it is 48 to 37, and Germany it 46 to 37. India it is 44 to 36. So this is the support of representative democracy. Okay, next is support of rule by autocratic leader. This is where here this comes South Korea, Germany. Parliament has risen that in 8 of 22 countries surveyed, and this is particular in all 3 Latin America's countries include like Kenya, India, South Korea, Germany and Poland. For example, India 55% has strong leader in 2017 by So here the chart presents that the percent of share people who has a strong system leader can make a decision without interference of the court and good way of governing. Only 8 countries share this rise notably. First one is about the chart of people of who say the system representative elected by citizen decide what become law. Very good way of and governing. There are only 11 countries in which share declined significantly as shown. Next is, this is about, the chart here shows that as per 20%, 179 country has closed autocracies up to 12% in 2019, and the share of democracy declined from 16% to 21%. Also the many like in Pakistan military rules and come in Myanmar, the Aung San who has fought so many battles to be independent, still she is in jail, and now there is a military rule there. Also Afghanistan there is Taliban. So already how the democracy declines there, that there is only dictatorship and military rule is there. So democracy in a peril is, according to VDM latest report, democracy has been seen most significant decline is the freedom of expressions, and 44 countries of including India have experienced deterioration in this area. Press freedom in India is here, like 159 out of 80 countries surveyed by reporter Sans Frontier, RSF. It's RSF. Like last time India ranked with the top 100 countries, 2000 decline report steeper since 2022. So India is a part of both groups, like it's for describing representative democracy is a very good decline, and with a share of people who share that strong leadership democracy without interfering, the good governing has increased. Ninth is the declining, it's a trade weaponization of Rajnath Singh, and the issues such as deglobalization, intense nationalism, resource large loom, and also technology revolution, welfare in critical ways. Next is the center to pay a PM Poshak scheme. So here the PM Poshak scheme has been implemented, has been enhanced by 9.5% and causing additional 954 crore to exchange concur in 25-26. So Education Minister and financial year 25 Education Ministry said in a statement. So this is a Bal Vatika and the primary. As Bal Vatika and primary schools, daily made cost per student will be raised from 6.9 to 6.78, and from the May 1, upper primary school raised from 9.29 to 10.17 rupees 10 to 17. So this rate of material cost a 3 minimum statutory raise. However, the state UTs, union territories such as UTs more than contributing to minimum from there. And Posham scheme providing meals to with the, what is the Posham scheme? It is share from their own resources for the providing meal and nutrition under PM Posham scheme. So basically, Bal Vatika and primary student needs 20 gram of pulses and 50 gram of vegetable, 5 gram of oil, while the upper primary scheme 75, 7.5 and 30 gram of these. And scheme is centrally sponsored, so it is a center scheme, and it is to serve the one hot cooked meal to 1.2 crore students. And last, it is already covered, so just ending the session with a summary. Front page covering this was National Safe Motherhood Day. Front page is about Nia arrested Rana and extradited. Beijing bites back at the US tariff by curbing the Hollywood imports. Third is about Pakistan tries to distance itself. Fourth is about the PMJ schemes and HC Grant a bill to rape accused victim invited and RTI Amendment Act. It's a editorial about issue the delimitation population based on one more is now justice here 17 years after the Mumbai so mean same it is related to that first front page about our justice to it's Hussain Rana who was treated in United States this week, so it's lots of term same thing, just read one time. This is a piece about the social security of worker by the writer, beautifully presented this article. Next is the judgment about the Tamil Nadu government to constitution silence and Maharashtra 256 acre for salt pan areas. Eighth is about the democracy declining through the chart graphs and by the reports given by the institute VDM Institute. Ninth is the global order declining, the trade weaponization and center PM. So thank you for today. Tomorrow we'll meet with new editorial. Till now, just stay see the editorial till the last. Give me feedback, suggestion if you like it. And I'm just continuing the editorial. Whether I am not able to, if I'm not able to manage in the read the news like in morning, so I just cover with the at the evening time and this editorial with every day. I just make a editorial of just covering this important editorial as a point of not wasting so much time. So you can just go throughout the every editorial once a time yourself, and just if you like the content, just subscribe to my channel if you're new, and if you're already subscriber, just give me feedback, suggestions, how what changes should be need, whether it is improving my or not from the earlier days. So thank you for today. Stay healthy, stay connected, stay safe and stay hydrated. Thank you.